Spurge here, and in this video we are going to break down the new Sedici Sistema 3. So if you're looking at this helmet, you are looking for a modular helmet. That is a helmet that you can open when you get to a rest stop. You can eat, you can drink, you can converse with your riding buddies, and then when you're ready to ride and you want that full face protection, you can go ahead and you can close it. So coming in around the $300 price point, let's break down the Sistema 3 and show you everything you are going to get. Again, a modular helmet, great for everyday riding, great for touring riders, a lot of functionality that people have come to love with the modular design. And what you're getting for that, what's new, is you now have a 5-layer fiberglass aramid composite shell. The chin is still a fiberglass chin, but you now have this 5-layer fiberglass aramid design for the overall shell. There is going to be a carbon fiber version coming, but it, at the time of recording, isn't here yet. The other thing to note, now 3 shell sizes. The previous version only had 2 shell sizes with the split coming right between medium and large. That just meant if you were on the upper end of a small size, you were probably a little bit bigger than you needed to be. And if you were on the upper end of a large size, or if you were on the lower end of a large size, you were a little bit bigger than it needed to be. So the fact that we now have 3 shell sizes broken down between extra small to small, medium and large, and then extra large up to 3 extra large just gives you more functionality, and the helmet doesn't look as bulbous on certain sizes. Also, it is now ECE 2206 rated, as well as carrying a DOT rating. So you are getting that ECE 2206 safety standard here. Still 2 intakes, 4 exhaust vents, 3 pounds, 12 ounces in a medium. Nothing has changed from a weight size, so it didn't get heavier. It also didn't get any lighter, and it is still that intermediate oval to round oval design. The one thing I'll tell you is that there are going to be internal pads that you can take out around the forehead, which will give you a little bit more of an intermediate to long oval fit. So you can fine-tune the fit with the pads inside to make sure it works for your head. So where does that leave us? First and foremost, when I just said all that stuff about the inside of your head, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out our How to Size and Buy a Motorcycle Helmet guide. That will walk you through all of the different things you need to know about fitting a motorcycle helmet. The other piece of this is when we're talking about the things that are new or that are carried over, there's also going to be another helmet within Sedici's line that sits just above the Sistema 3 but carries over a lot of the DNA. That's the Pro Mod. So if you're looking at this helmet but you want something that just has a slightly different tweak to this style, you could check out the Pro Mod. Again, a lot of the DNA but with a different styling cue to it. Again, that's where this is playing within the Sedici family. Let's go ahead and walk through. There's a couple other little key changes here that I want to hit on, mainly starting with the face shield. So let's start with the chin and go from there. So vents on the outside, singular vent down at the chin. When you're looking at the face shield, the one change that has been made here, and we've seen this starting with the Strata 3, the tab where the chin bar locks into place used to be plastic. It was vulnerable. In some cases it would break. So they changed that out and swapped it for a metal tab for better durability. I really like the face shield on this helmet in general. I really like just the fact that Sedici has thicker face shields, great gaskets, and a lot of potential detents. So if you want to ride with this in the open position, or maybe, you know, cocked in the 3/4 position, or just a crack, you have a lot of options here, a lot of different detents throughout this helmet. It is Pinlock ready. No Pinlock is included in the box. If you're not sure what a Pinlock is, we have a lot of information out there, but essentially it's an extra lens you would put on the inside of here, which helps to cut down on fogging. So if you're riding in the colder months of the year, you don't have to worry about the inside of the face shield fogging up on you. Drop down sun visor, about 80 millimeters in size, and it gives you a nice drop down where it's just touching the tip of your nose to give you full coverage over your peepers. The one nitpick that I have here is the little red tab to change the face shield is very small. So you need a fingernail to be able to get in there and pull this back to be able to get the face shield off and on. And even with a fingernail, I almost felt like I was pulling my fingernail off. So you probably were going to need a little screwdriver. I'd love to see this maybe updated. Maybe these little tabs could just become a little bit bigger in the future. But that's really my only real nitpick when it comes to the face shield. Overall, I think the face shield design is on par with a much more premium feel. Closing that out, vent up top. So again, you have the 2 intake vents, little switch to close that. And then as you look around the back, you're getting 4 passive vents at the back. Overall, sleek, sporty style to this. A little bit of a subdued spoiler at the back of the helmet. And it's going to be something that works for all-day touring. You know, we get a lot of questions around wind noise, and I always say wind noise is very subjective. I would say because this is a modular helmet, because this is on the more value propped side of the modular line, this is probably gonna be one that runs a little bit louder than if you were looking at a more premium angled helmet. But again, you know, a lot of times when Pat and I are talking about helmets up here, we do recommend wearing earplugs, even if you're using a comm system. You know, because of where the speaker pockets sit, you're going to get better audio quality and you're going to drown out all that erroneous wind noise. But modular helmets tend to be a little bit louder to begin with. I would say this one is probably you know, right in the middle of the spectrum. It's definitely not the loudest helmet we've ever ridden in, but it certainly isn't the quietest either. So let's take a look at the inside, and we can see some of the things that we're talking about here. So I'm going to start by just opening this up. Nice padded chin curtain. This does help with the wind noise. With the way that modular helmet can kind of come down and seal around your chin, you're not getting as much wind pushing up through there. Taking a look with the pads, it is a double D-ring closure. I like that. When you're looking at some of the modulars, some helmet designers will switch over to like a ratchet strap because they think it's a convenience thing. I don't like a ratchet strap. I don't like the way it feels. Some people love them, but I like the fact that Sedici stuck with the double D-ring design with this. Pulling the cheek pads out, we'll take a look at the speaker pockets. You can add speakers to this. You can add a comm system to this. I would imagine we'll see Sedici come out with a Polare version, which would have the comm system already built in. But at the time of recording this video, there is not a Polare system available yet. No changes really to the cheek pad design. So when we're talking about the cheek pads, it really is the same design that we saw on the previous version. So no updates to that, but the previous version was a nice contoured, comfortable cheek pad. And as you'll see with the inside speaker pockets, it is something that if you want to, you can add a comm system to. So the speaker pockets on this are a little bit deeper for modern comm systems. And if we go ahead and remove the top liner on this, you can see it's a brow mount design, so no undue pressure points at the brow, 2 snaps at the back, and it's again the same liner that you saw with the previous version. You do have that pad at the front. You can remove that pad if you want the extra room at the front, and that carries away over to the side of the head as well. So if you need a little more room on the side of the head, you've got some extra padding you can remove throughout the entire side through the front of the helmet. Taking a look at the cutouts for the channels. Again, not super deep, sophisticated channel cutouts. So again, something that will be, I would say, you know, right down the middle of the road, not the most breathable helmet we've ever tried, not gonna be the best venting, but also certainly not the worst. You can see exactly where that front vent kind of comes in and then pulls to those passive vents out at the rear. So from an update standpoint, what you're getting is you're getting a new shell design, you're getting more shell sizes, you're getting an ECE 2206 safety rating. You're getting that new front tab. So really, it's not that it's going to be a revolutionary helmet over the previous Sistema 2, but it's a nice evolutionary step forward with some extra creature comforts and some better protection. So this is going to be something that I think a lot of people looking for that, you know, mid to lower price modular helmet would gravitate towards. There's some other competitors out there from like HJC that would play in this same range, but I think really what we're seeing here is something quite sophisticated for that $300 price range. If you're not sure if this is right for you or if you want more information about this particular helmet, you can click the info button on your desktop or mobile device. You can read other rider reviews from folks that are out there already putting the Sistema 3 through its paces. And if you're still not sure as to which modular helmet is right for you, or if a modular helmet is right for you at all, you can always reach out to one of our customer service reps. They can walk you through all the different helmets available to make sure that you find the right helmet to match up with your riding style as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining us for this look at the Sedici Sistema 3 helmet. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.